Today we will be going to see what is the risk assessment. We will be seeing a topic risk assessment, and as per the new syllabus we will be covering the introduction terms. We will be seeing some definitions of the terms in risk assessment. We will be seeing the risk profiling. What is risk profiling? We will be seeing this is a new syllabus, new topic in the syllabus of NIBOSH, and we will be seeing what is the purpose of the risk assessment. We will also see what are the 5 steps which is included in the risk assessment, and we will be seeing what all are special cases and vulnerabilities. All the cases we will be discussing under the risk assessment. First term, very important term and very important questions which you can expect from this segment. What is hazard and what are the classifications of hazard? The hazard is first of all, the hazard is something which can cause or which has potential to harm PME. PME is very important, and if you mention the PME, the examiner knows you know everything. The PME, the meaning of PME is your people, your equipment, your materials, and your environment. So that is hazard. Now what is the classifications? We have different classification. There are different types are there of hazards, but commonly we will discuss about the 5 types. That is physical hazards, which has characteristics to affect physically, which has characteristics of physical effects like the noise, heat, working at a height, the electricity, the radiation. All this will comes under the physical type of hazards. The moving machines. The second one is the chemical, which will cause harm because of their chemical characteristics are there. Like you can say the most common examples are the cement, the lead, asbestos, silica, mercury, all sulfuric acid, gases. All this are coming under the chemical. Then third is biological, where the viruses and bacteria will be present. Common examples are like HBV, hepatitis B virus, Legionella bacteria. So all these are coming under biological. Fourth one is ergonomic. Ergonomic hazards means stress and strain which is generating on your body because of repetitive actions. For example, if you are lifting small boxes continuously, it will put a pressure, back pain, right? Similarly, if you are sitting continuously in a desk, if the chair is not of good condition, it will again put a back pain. So all this will comes under ergonomic. Then psychological means the events which will affect your mind rather than your body. For example, you have noticed there might be some incidents happen in the site which leads to people think like which will make them very scary. They will be always afraid of working on height next time. Why? Because these incidents happened with him. So this kind of psychological events, they are also a hazard. The likelihood of hazard causing a harm to PME. What is the probability of an hazard causing harm to PME is known as risk. So risk can be low, medium and high. All the definition, everything is given very well in the approved book. So you have to write that definition itself to get full mark. Then second is risk profiling, which is a new term. Risk profiling means it is a process which is used at strategic level, means the board level, which involves the management and all, to recognize the range of risk that threaten an organization along with the likelihood and probability. So in an organization, what will happen? There are different types of activities and work are there. So different works and different activities will be there. So you have to make a profile of each work, each risk. You have to make a profile and you identify how it will be affecting the company. You have to categorize this risk, and you have to make sure that even the less effective risk or less probability of risk which have a least effect on PME is also not escaped from the risk profiling. Means you have to make a profile of all the risk of all the activities in a company and you have to submit. So that is where the risk profiling is important. And finally we will be seeing the risk assessment. What is that? It is a process. Risk process which is used to identify preventive and protective measures by evaluating all the risk hazards. And as you know, you have to make a risk assessment in all companies by studying the method statements, by visiting the sites and all, and by checking the method statements of the different activities. Finally you have to submit the risk assessment. So now we will be going to see what exactly is there in risk profiling. So in risk profiling, I will give an example. For example, in a carpentry section, there will be different types of risk will be involved with the seesaw cutting machines, the blades, similarly the dust, everything will be there. But on the other side, if your company is involved with the health care, if you take an example from hospital, the risks will be different. There will be chances of bacteria, there will be chances of biological hazards will be more, viruses, bacteria, so they dispose of hazardous, harmful substances. So there's a complete different risk profile, risk portfolio. So you have to consider all these things in risk profiling. So why we are doing the risk profiling process, how to do the risk profiling process. We are doing the risk profiling process in different ways. The first, how we are doing this risk profiling process is, the first one is identify the health and safety threat faced by the organization. You have to first identify what all safety issues will be faced by this organization. If it is an a furniture company, you have to think in that way. If it is a healthcare company, you have to think in that way. The second is you have to identify the health and safety impact and the business impact. How this will affect your business and how it will affect your people. For example, just consider people who is working on the real-time scenarios in factories, who will lift one box from one machine and it will be placed on the another machine, and it will go to the final stage. So what will happen if this person who is lifting the box gets some kind of injury? Then if he goes, if he's down, then what will happen? Obviously the work will come to an halt. Your business will productivity will be affected. So this is what you have to identify, this kind of situations. You have to identify how well each threat is currently controlled. How is controlled currently, not maybe the plan will be made years before, but in risk profiling you have to consider currently what is the situation. You have to identify the likelihood of each threat occurring, how often the threat is occurring. For example, if you have provided, if you are working at a height and you have provided all the safety measures, safety net, harness, safety net, everything, then the probability of coming probability of risk will be very low. But on the same time, if some person working on the excavation, again, if the proper control measures even though placed, there may be chances the risk will come. It may come in any way. So you have to consider the likelihood, probability of each threat which is coming. Then the last is you have to identify the priority of each threat. As I said, you have to prioritize which threat is more important and you have to handle it first. For example, if you see some people who are smoking in non-smoking area, they are smoking, but consider there is no flammable materials, nothing is there, but they are just smoking in non-smoking area. On the other side, you have seen people who are working on a height without any safety harness and any safety measures. So which threat is more important to you? You have to think on your or on your intellectual level, based on your ideas, and you have to eliminate it. Purpose of risk assessment. What is the objective of risk assessment, which is same. Then we will discussing who will be there in risk assessment team. Then we will be discussing what is the conditions for suitable, how shall be a suitable and sufficient risk assessment. So the first thing is, what is the purpose of risk assessment? The main purpose of risk assessment is now it is a legal requirement everywhere. Risk assessment is a very legal requirement for all the organization. Even if you take an example of Britain and Europe, they have even started a regulations like control of substances hazardous to health and safety regulations, COSH, which we call, for make sure that all the risk assessments are taken for the chemical and hazardous substances. So that is what it shows how important is risk assessment these days. So there are many other regulatory bodies which have started to make risk assessments for different sections. For example, fire risk assessments, which is required under regulatory reform order 2005. Noise assessments are required. Display screen equipment assessments. So there are different types of requirements are coming up in all organizations, in all countries. So the purpose of risk assessment is very clear. It will be used to prevent the death and personal injury. It will be used to prevent the loss of incidents, any type of loss of incidents. It will be used to make you help during the enforcement actions. It will help you to prevent enforcement actions, legal actions. It will help you to control your direct and indirect cost from the accidents. Now we will be thinking who is there in risk assessment team. So the risk assessment team, if you see, involves the worker who is familiar with the work, because he only knows what type of work he is going to do. Health and safety specialist will be there. There will be representative of that safety representative for the workers will be available. The line manager will be available. The technical specialist, for example, the electricians, or you can say the electrical engineer, supervisor who is technically competent will be available in the risk assessment team. Now we'll be seeing what is the suitable and sufficient risk assessment. So how shall be suitable and sufficient risk assessment? Suitable and sufficient risk assessment shall be able to identify the significant risk. Whatever significant risk is there, it must be able to identify it, and it must be able to control it. Identify the person who will be going to affect. That is very important. The suitable sufficient risk assessment will be able to evaluate the effectiveness of current situation, not the years before when it was started the work. You have to make sure that currently how it is, the control measures are there. It will enable the employer to identify and prioritize the measures which is taken to protect the people. How, what is the priority which is taken? It will help the management to think for the people. So when when the management see the risk assessment, they shall feel like to make sure that yes, their workforce needs these and these protections, these and these control measures has to be placed. So it is very important. It will help the management or the employer to identify and make the control measures implemented on their site. Then it should be appropriate to the nature of the work. What type of work is there? It should be according to that work. Not if you are working on a work at height, you have to make sure the risk assessment is related to work at height only, not related to some other activities. So it is it should be valid and appropriate.